Hello farmers, we are excited today to be bringing you some wheat insights from the deep south in Livingston in Zambia. As you rightfully know, Sitco has a presence in over 21 African countries in terms of the footprint, and we are quite active in over 15. So we are quite happy that Zambia is one of the countries that are doing wheat production quite extensively, and we are also here to give you some insights on how this wheat crop was established. So the block where we are standing in, we have different varieties of wheat that include one of Sitco's blockbusters, Shungu. And we just want to do some counts in terms of the number of tillers on this particular plant that you're seeing here. Suffice to say that not all tillers are going to be reproductive, but we just want to give you an indication of the number of tillers. So we have 1 here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So on average, it can be around 6 to about 9 per plant, depending on the seeding rate and the conditions at establishment. So at this point, I'll hand over to Roderick, who is the agronomy manager for Sitco Zambia, to give us some insights on the wheat production in Zambia, as well as what farmers can look out for, particularly going ahead with their season as the heat units increase. Roderick, over to you.
Thank you so much, Wendy. So we are in the southern part of the country, Livingston to be particular. What we have here is SC Shungu. Just as indicated, this is our flagship variety at Sitco. It's one variety that has stood the test of time. Most farmers are familiar with it. And with the crop that we have here, this was planted somewhere around the 5th of May. When you look at this stage, we see that in terms of the weather parameters, suddenly the temperatures have started rising, and what this does to the crop, you should expect incidences of diseases to start going up, as well as pest attack. And this season, I think most farmers, one of the key pests that they've come to encounter is issues to do with the stinking bugs. So it's advisable that at this stage you do scouting more frequently, just to make sure that your crop is safe. And when you notice that the incidences of stink bugs are quite high, it's advisable that you come in with your an insecticide to control that. Also, you know, as you know, wheat, this is a crop that is quite particular when it comes to quality parameters.
Yes.
And when it's at heading stage, like we are at this stage, you need to make sure that you come in with your last dose of N, just for you to improve on the protein content of your produce. The other key thing to look out for is just to make sure that you run your irrigation in a way that you attain field capacity, so that there's enough water that is needed for your grain filling for you to attain that much that you So in terms of the potential, Shungu will yield more or less between 8 to 12 metric tons. That's potential yield, okay? So it will range depending on where you are, what management factors you put in place. But what's key from the agronomy side of things is to make sure that you have a program for your fungicide sprays, your program for your pesticides, as well as your nutrition aspect on how you're fertilizing. It's a very sensitive crop, depending on which growth stage that you're looking at.
Indeed.
And it's very important for a farmer to know and appreciate what should happen at each and every growth stage. There are so many different types, but the most common one is the fixed type of growth stages. And when you run through those stages, then you know at what point you should apply your fungicide, at what point you need to apply your fertilizers. And I'm sure in the next clip we're going to talk more into each one of those growth stages, so that we can guide you through. But with this crop where we are now, we are almost getting there. You need to make sure that you keep your flag leaf happy, so that you know it does all that photosynthetic activity that is needed to have a good grain at the end of the day. So yeah, Shungu is a variety that is, as I indicated, that has stood the test of time. And for you, the farmers, we've got you covered. And apart from Shungu, we have all these other new varieties that are coming. Just as Wendy indicated, there are other blocks here that we are testing, and we can't wait to come back to you and share the results. Yeah.
Thank you so much. So the other wheat varieties we have in the Seedco wheat basket, we have SC Select and SC Serena, and we also have SC Nduna, which are also doing quite well in other regions. So the important thing is to start with the right seed, but couple that with good agronomic practices so that you unlock the value. The important thing is to know your field and customize the recommendations to what works for you, because there's no one size fits all in farming, because it's a business and it starts with the right seed.